the only woman in my family that has ever had to deal with acne. They can eat fried chicken, fish, chips, soda. I tried that. Whole breakout on my jaw. Like if I was just dancing in a pile of smoke and foam with all these lights, this would be the soundtrack. What's up, HD Squad? My name is Debonae. If you are new, welcome back to the channel where we talk about food and herbs and wellness, and mostly herbs and yoga. So before we get into what our video is today, which is going to be the second installment of the hair, skin, and nail series, and today we're going to focus on skin, we're going to share some music. You know how we do, so let's get started. First off, let me start by saying when it comes to music, I love to see the creative process. I ran across Andrew Huang's video and found this music and I was like, cool. So this was from the 4 Producers Sample 1 track, and I really love Dyallas. I was giving me Odessa vibes. Like if I was just dancing in a pile of smoke and foam with all these lights, this would be the soundtrack. I've really been in the lo-fi and lyricless music lately because I've been on my grind, family. Alright, HD Squad, welcome back to the channel. My name is Debonae once again. So, in the second installment of the hair, skin, and nail series, the first one we did hair health. So on this video, we're going to talk about skin. Skin is a lot of things. It's not just, you know, sitting around. It helps you to detox, helps you to absorb nutrients. You can put things directly on the skin that absorb into the body when you're maybe unable to eat. The skin happens to be a huge gland. It's the organ that keeps everything inside of us. It keeps our temperature stable. It keeps us from getting infections. It protects us from the weather. So let's just hop right into it, guys. What does it take to have healthy skin? And if I'm noticing a problem with my skin and maybe it's malfunctioning, what are the first things I take a look at instead of just kind of jumping to what can I put on it? Because you guys know me, you know I'm never gonna just tell you, okay, oh, I've got this, so no. I don't work like Western doctors. So the first thing that I do when it comes to skin health is I look at the health of the blood, which is determined very strongly by the health of the liver and the spleen. So why do I look to the liver when it comes to taking care of the skin? Because the liver is what filters your blood. And if your blood is unclean, then you are going to notice that you're going to notice skin conditions that manifest itself as psoriasis, as dermatitis, as acne, as boils, as hyperpigmentation. Skin health is not something that you just put a band-aid on. When you are having a problem with your skin, it's typically a symptom of something underlying that has manifested itself in the skin. And so that's why whenever it comes to a skin condition, I never just like hop right on the skin condition. I work from 2 ways. I work from the inside and I work from the outside. And so with the skin, we talk about the liver. First off, let me just put a little diagram here and show you guys what the skin is. So it's really similar to what I showed you in our first video where I showed you how the hair actually grows. It's pretty much the same thing. And so it takes a lot of the same nutrients. Why am I talking about the liver and the blood when it comes to the skin? Well, first off, let me just be really clear. Let me just say that your body is an extremely intelligent organism. The body will send nutrients first off to your organs first. So it's going to send nutrients to your brain, to your heart, to your liver, to your kidneys, to your digestive system, to keep all of that functioning before your body is going to use nutrients and extra proteins and fats to maintain hair, skin, and nails. So that's why nutrition is really important, because if you're not healthy and your body doesn't have the extra nutrition or even optimal nutrition, your body doesn't give a crap about taking care of your hair, skin, and nails. It's going to use all of that nutrition to maintain your bodily functions. And so that will manifest itself as people having brittle hair, brittle nails, dry, dull skin, itchy, red skin. Your skin is dependent upon the nutrients that the blood has. But if there are toxins in that blood that your liver didn't filter out, you're going to notice things like the problems I just described. Why do I know this? because I dealt with it. I was a person that had really, my liver just was not healthy, and it manifested itself as problems in my skin, which I'll get into in just a bit. The liver has 2 detox phases. So the first phase of the detox is really just the liver starting to neutralize the toxins. And the second phase of the liver detoxification actually gets rid of excess hormones, and it makes the toxins water soluble so that the body can flush them out through the urine and through the colon via number 2, okay? So if your liver is having any problems doing these 2 detoxification processes, if your liver is having problems breaking down the fats and producing cholesterol, if your liver is having a problem storing glycogen, you're going to notice these symptoms of sluggishness, of bad digestion, of itchy skin, of acne, of boils, of imbalanced hormones, because your liver has a big role to play in your body. If everything isn't moving smoothly, you're going to notice this. And hello, I'm like living proof that when my liver was jacked up and my hormones were jacked up, you guys saw those photos of my hair falling out, my skin was really dull, I had no glow, acne up the hoo-ha. So if your liver is not functioning, you're gonna have problems with your skin. And so this is why when we look at people as an image of health, these people typically have long, beautiful, lustrous, shiny hair, they've got beautiful glowing skin, and really beautiful nails. These are the things that all women spend so much money on to be beautiful, because beauty really is how healthy do you look? Do you have beautiful, glowing, clear skin? Do you have healthy hair and healthy nails and a beautiful smile? All of these things point to nutrition. How well is your body functioning that we can see as external representation through what you look like? So when it comes to the liver, if you are doing your best to detox the liver in order to improve the detoxification of your blood, which you would be able to see in your skin, you want to start to drink more water first off. So remember how we said in the second phase of your liver detoxification that it makes the toxins water soluble? What happens when you don't have any water in your body to be able to push these things out in order for them to flow through? Well, they're going to be stuck, and you're going to have a sluggish liver. You're going to have a sluggish digestion, sluggish gallbladder. What happens when you have sluggish digestion? Things don't get digested easily. They can cause problems in your digestive and cause you to have fermentation because they're not moving enough quickly. Fermentation leads to things like gas and bloating and excess bacteria that are not great, and you're going to be able to see this in your skin. So it's really important to drink enough water when we're talking about the skin health. Also because our skin uses, I think it's maybe almost 1 liter of water per day. 1 liter of water per day, okay, just to keep itself moisturized, for you to sweat, for it to have sebaceous glands and everything functioning. Your body needs water. Your liver needs water. So first thing is first, when it comes to maintaining your liver health, for your skin health, drink water. Second thing, avoid fried foods. Avoid fried foods and foods high in cooked fat. And for me, obviously you guys know I'm hella vegan. I think I'm gonna be that way for the rest of my life unless something changes. Eat a lot of raw fat. So your liver gets stressed out when you start to eat a lot of fried foods, because these fried foods, the fat actually turns to trans fat and saturated fat, which are highly inflammatory. So if your diet is mostly a lot of inflammatory fats, and your liver's going to be stressed out. It can't deal with always having to neutralize these inflammatory fats so that your body isn't always in a state of inflammation. Your body produces your cholesterol. Your liver produces your cholesterol, which you need cholesterol to manufacture hormones. So as we talked about in our hair, skin, and nail series, the first one that had to deal with our hair growth, we know that we need cholesterol for hormonal production, things like estrogen, for testosterone. We need cholesterol to be able to make these things. So if your liver is having problems producing cholesterol because you keep overloading it with the bad fats and from cholesterol that are outside sources from animal products, then you're going to notice this in your skin, and it's really important. So when your body isn't breaking down fats and lipids, maybe you're going to have oily skin, maybe you have whiteheads or blackheads. I know that when I eat a lot of fried foods and a lot of sugar, I get typically whiteheads on the bottom of my chin. And when I'm just eating a bunch of fried foods and fats, like, I just have pimples and stuff. So that's why it actually took me a while to film this video, simply because, girl, I thought I was getting away with eating all those fried foods, all the sugar, the cookies, you know, the pad thai. No, my skin broke out and it was horrible. So I was like, girl, I can't be on here filming a video about skin and I haven't been taking care of mine. So that happened. So we know that your skin health is determined by how healthy your blood is. You need to be having healthy blood, so you're drinking water, right? You're making sure that you're eating good foods that aren't fried, that aren't high in fat, that aren't high in sugar. So keep those levels low to keep your liver at the minimum amount of stress possible so that it can filter your blood, so that all these toxins are not coming through your skin. The liver will get rid of your excess hormones. So if your hormones are imbalanced, or if you're noticing something's off, check in with your liver, because excess hormones play a big role in your skin. If you've got too much of one thing, your skin ain't gonna be moisturized enough. And if you have too little of another, it's just not gonna be functioning well. So keep that in mind, that your liver is super important when it comes to your skin health. So just as we talked about, hair has an optimal pH for it to be healthy, skin also has an optimal pH. So the optimal pH for our skin is right around 5.5, and it is pretty acidic, but the skin has an acidic nature to be able to ward off the bacteria from the outside world, and plus be able to keep a symbiotic relationship with the bacteria that are on top of the skin. So if your skin pH is off, you're probably going to notice that you may deal with things like fungal infections that happen on the skin, such as ringworm and folliculitis. These things are kind of a big deal when you're talking about fungus that's growing on your skin. You want to correct the pH of the body, and also to get it to be oxygenated. And we know that oxygenation, you have to have iron in your blood to be able to bring oxygen and nutrients to the skin for it to have that healthy glow. So when it's not happening, you're going to have dull skin, much like I did before I actually started taking care of myself. Your liver uses glutathione, vitamin C, vitamin A, glycine, and sulfate. Some of the foods that you're going to be able to get into your diet that have a solid amount of these antioxidants that help your liver are things like avocado, spinach, broccoli, cantaloupe, all types of watermelon. And herbs that you're going to be able to use to help your liver are things that include milk thistle, dandelion, olive oil, lemon juice. Lemon juice? Yes. Olive oil, it's full of fat. It's a healthy fat. Your liver needs it. So those are just a couple of the herbs that you can be able to use for your liver to help your skin. Make sure you're eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, be able to keep your digestive system right, be able to keep your skin right, because if you're having problems with your digestion, you're going to be able to notice it on your skin. Like I have mentioned in my previous videos, when I actually started to do probiotics and to do them twice a day to make sure that my gut health was good, to make sure that everything was just kind of getting what it needed, and making sure that I was eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, not a lot of processed foods, my skin cleared up so quickly. And one of the things I noticed for me is I tend to not drink as much water as I should, which is a big deal. So for me, I have to make sure I'm drinking a lot of water, eating a lot of healthy fats, and for the most part, my skin will help to take care of itself. Some of the herbs that are great for your skin include nettles, lavender, yarrow, calendula, thyme, rosemary, ylang-ylang, citrus oils if you're looking for skin brightening and to help get rid of any acne scars. So these herbs are super important because these herbs are naturally antibacterial. They actually help to nourish the skin. They also help to tighten pores. I'll get into what I use for facial oil in just a minute. But so now that we know we've got some foods that are really good for your skin, we've got some herbs that are really good for your skin, and we know a little bit about having your hormones balanced and also your genetics, guys. We know that obviously your genetics play a huge role in your hair, skin, and nails. Thank you, Granny. Thank you, Mom. I so happen to be blessed with some genetics from my maternal side that helped me to kind of have nice skin. I'm kind of in between. I am the only woman in my family that has ever had to deal with acne. All the other women in my family, naturally gorgeous skin. They can eat fried chicken, fish, chips, soda, okay, all types of candy, no pimples. I tried that. Whole breakout on my jaw, my forehead, my eyebrows are breaking out. Like I'm just sensitive. I'm not one of those people that my body can just eat anything and I can go on without. No, my body's like, no thank you, girlfriend, no thank you. So here's some of the things that worked for me in my skin journey. So let me just tell you a bit about what I do to take care of my skin. So first things first, when it came for me healing my skin, I noticed that my problem with my skin was not that it wasn't exactly that I didn't have the right habits. I was washing my face every day and it wasn't working. I was using all types of different soaps. But what I realized for me personally, my skin, my acne was caused to hormonal. My hormones were imbalanced, which was causing my skin to be really bad. So once I got my hormones right and balanced and they weren't all over the place, my skin got really beautiful. And I was like, so when it comes to my skin, what I've noticed is I can't actually wash my face every day. I notice like it throws off the pH of my skin and my skin will be really dry, and the more I wash it, the more dry it gets, which the more sebum my body tries to produce to combat the dryness, and then I have a lot of pimples and just an oily face. So I only tend to wash my face about 2 or 3 times a week. And I know that sounds crazy, but I only wash my face 2 or 3 times a week, and I'll do a mask once a week. And I'll also facial steam about every 10 to 14 days. Okay, now that we've got that out the way, I'd like to share with you guys what I do as my skincare regimen and some of the tools that I use that have helped me on my healthy skin journey. So the first tool that I bought when I started to get into trying to take care of my skin and just having healthier hair and skin was skin brushes. So I have actually I have several, but I have a skin brush for my face and a skin brush for the rest of my body. So when I brush my skin, I typically like to do this at night just because your body is preparing to detox, to regenerate, to get rid of old cells. And so this is a perfect complement to treat yourself before bed, especially as it also helps, skin brushing in general, it helps to move all of the gunk, it helps to move all of the gunk out of your lymph nodes. And so you may start to notice, like I did, after you start to skin brush your entire body, you may have mucus come out in your stools. And don't worry, that's perfectly okay. It's just that you're getting all the gunk out of your lymph nodes. So it's all those old cells, all the things that your lymph nodes have picked up through your bloodstream are just coming out to be detoxed. So that's also really important when it comes to skin brushing, to not only just exfoliate all the dead skin, the old cells, the dirt, the oil, but it's also great to move the lymph nodes. It actually helps to bring fresh blood up to the surface of the skin, so you can bring more nutrients and have a more glowing skin. So when it comes to skin brushing, I like to do this at night, and I just move in a circular motion. And so I'll do this for about 2 or so minutes on my face before I go to bed. And then I'll go ahead and wash my face with some black soap or with just water, and follow that up with some jojoba oil. And I only actually wash my face with soap about 2 or so times a week, just because my skin does not like to be soaped up all the time. It gets really irritated even though I use a really gentle soap. On other days, I just skin brush my face and go ahead and wipe my face and steam with a hot towel for about 1 or 2 minutes, and that seems to work out pretty well for my skin. When it comes to body brushing, always start from the soles of your feet and move in a clockwise motion, sweeping up with strokes towards your heart. And this is because your heart is going to help to get all that thicker blood and all the mucus and toxins and gunk pumped out to your colon so it can be excreted. So I always like to start in circular motion and then sweep up towards the heart. You especially want to concentrate under your underarms because that's where you have your biggest lymph nodes. And you'll notice that's where we smell the worst when we're all sweaty, when we're under stress, is because these lymph nodes help to expel a lot of toxins. So you want to definitely get those brushed and make sure you're doing a nice hot shower or rubbing yourself down with a hot towel after you brush your lymph nodes at night or in the morning, whatever works for you, just as long as you get it done. It's going to help to get rid of that alligator skin. Especially, I used to have alligator skin, so if you have alligator skin, skin brush. And be sure to moisturize. When it comes to soap, I have really sensitive skin, and all the commercial soaps on the market just didn't work for me. They made my skin too dry, and as a result of that, my skin overreacted by making too much oil, and I started to still get pimples and whiteheads. So it was really counterproductive, like the circle of torture. So what works for me is washing my face with real African black soap, and I'll follow that up after my skin brushing. I'll do that twice a week. I also use this on my entire body, as well as use it when I wash my hair, which tends to be maybe every week or about every 10 or so days with the actual soap. And sometimes it's less than that if I'm using protective styling. So this is my soap of choice, and it doesn't have any chemicals. Everything is natural. It's great for sensitive skin. It helped me actually heal my acne and any rashes I may be going through because it has natural charcoal and carbon. So it helps to gently pull impurities out of your skin. So I really love this soap. I've been using this soap for 8 years, so this is the business. After I skin brush my face and wash my face with some soap, every about 10 or so days I will do a mask. And with my mask, I use clay, probiotic kefir, so some kefir. I make mine out of almond and flax. And then I will also sometimes use some honey or avocado. I know people are going to come for me because I'm vegan and I just said I use honey in my face mask, but I'm not the perfect in-the-box vegan. I use honey sporadically throughout my journey. Sometimes I use it for my face. I really love to use avocado. My skin really likes to have a lot of moisture, so avocado and the probiotic kefir with some clay really works for my skin. I'll tend to follow up my mask with just some jojoba oil if it needs it. If my skin feels pretty moisturized after the mask because of the avocado and the kefir, and I won't put anything on but maybe some essential oils. The essential oils I like to use for my skin are lavender and ylang ylang. Those two are my favorites. Lavender is just because it's super soothing, and ylang ylang because it helps to tighten and minimize your pores, and it helps to give you that nice healthy glow. So that is my skin regimen and how I take care of my skin. Oh, also I almost forgot to mention, between my face masks, I will sometimes use a herbal steam on my face, so that just helps to open up the pores, have everything to really come out, and it depends what kind of herbs I'll use depending on what my skin needs. If my skin just so happens to be on the dry side, I'll use a comfrey herbal mask or herbal steam, so I'll be just over the pot with a towel over my head with the comfrey on low and just let that steam into my face for about 7 to 10 minutes. If my skin is kind of on the oily side, if I've been sweating a lot, I'll go ahead and use a red raspberry facial steam, and that's just with some red raspberry. I'll let that steam my face for about 7 to 10 minutes, do my mask, rinse, and follow up with maybe some oils and some essential oils. So that is my skin regimen and how I take care of my skin. When it comes to just moisturizing my overall skin on my body, I do use a blend of oils. My favorites that work for me are coconut oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, and olive oil, as well as castor oil. Castor is a great emollient and just really helps my thirsty skin to stay moisturized for longer. So those are my favorite oils. I tend to always put some essential oils in there just for fragrance, which those change every time I run out of oil. Don't mind the funny still shot, people. I just wanted to come in and talk about how important it is to have a water shower filter for your skin. If you want to get anywhere near your best skin that you can possibly have, it is pertinent to have a shower filter. So I just get mine from Amazon. It's about $40. I highly recommend this if you have eczema, if you have kids that have eczema, if you have acne, or if you just have sensitive skin, or if you just have sensitive lungs. It's really important to filter out all those chemicals. I noticed a huge difference in my ability to breathe better once I got a shower filter, so just be sure to invest in one, and they're super simple. You can change the filter in about a minute and a half, so be sure to invest in one of those. Guys, if you found this video helpful, be sure to click that like button. It really helps me out, and look forward to our next video that we're going to cover on how to grow your nails nice and healthy. So I will see you next week, and the next video will be here. Be sure to subscribe. Take care. I love you. Bye. Mwah.